This is an instructional video on the creation of an isometric drawing in CAD MEP. First, we will start by drawing a polyline in AutoCAD. This is made with the 3D Poly AutoCAD command. Often I will draw a line sequence with the line command that would create multiple endpoints. You will be able to draw a line representing run, offset, and roll, which will later be used to accurately place the diagonal 3D polyline. When you do the 3D polyline, you go from the vertices to vertices of the lines, or endpoint to endpoint. Any way you draw a 3D poly is acceptable for this instruction though. After you have created a 3D poly routing line, you will be able to use the CAD MEP tool. On the sidebar, you will see the CAD MEP toolbar. If you hit the bottom right corner of some of the icons, an expanded menu will show you more tool icons. What you need to select is Polyline 3D Fill. On the bottom of the screen is the command line. You will see command line response is to select object. That is polyline that needs to be selected. When you select the polyline, the Fill Start Options dialog box will appear. The first line in the dialog box contains the material that you will be creating in this case. You will need to select mechanical pipe, and we will select chill water supply or copper butt weld pipe. After that is selected, you will see that there is a 8.00 box. That is the size of the pipe you want to select. In this case, we will select 1.00 or 1-inch pipe. Select OK, and the pipe will be populated along the polyline with fittings automatically. A closer view reveals there are 90s and 45s on this pipe. Also, since this is a demo version, you will see the demo label also. I need to put a valve on this horizontal line. So we will grab the end of the pipe and stretch it backwards, opening up a space for the valve. It may help to have ortho enabled. Put the attacher on the pipe end. The attacher is on the tool icon menu on the left. By placing the attacher, you will notice the red arrow points direction of the new part that you will be installing. You may rotate the attacher to the position you want the handle to face. When you go to your parts menu, you select the valve accessories and choose the valve, and it will be installed. Then select pipe to go between the valve and the 90-degree elbow. In this case, the pipe is quite long, a full stick of pipe. You'll want to stretch it back into position by grabbing the end and attaching it to the 90. Now the AutoCAD model drawing is complete. Now let's create a layout drawing. Go to the Layout tab and you will see an isometric drawing of your piping system. In this case, the paper was too small and you must choose the right paper size or a company standard titled layout. Then orient your model in the position on the paper. We want to add dimensions, so we will use Spool Dimension tool icon on the menu. First, we select the end of the section of pipe, and next we select the other end of the pipe. Third, we will be pulling dimension out from the side of that particular piece of pipe. By right-clicking the menu, we see the possibility on the menu of two possible orientations of the dimension line, or the spacebar will rotate the dimensions that are available to you. CAD MEP will continue dimensioning by clicking on the next end of pipe, and as you move away, your dimension will pull out. Spacebar will change the orientation of the dimension, and we can select the endpoint of the last dimension to make a very neat drawing. And we continue selecting the next end of line dimension. We may stop and restart dimensioning at any time. We can also dimension the run, the offset, or the travel by stopping and restarting. In this case, changing the orientation will pull up the diagonal possibility of the travel. Let us continue and finish the rest of these dimensions on this line. What we want to create now is a BOM, and this is the procedure for doing this. As this is a demo version of the software, we will just do it in the manual way. We right-click to drop down a menu, and on that there is an item to select CAD MEP. Selecting that drops another menu, and you want to select Reports. This brings up more menus, and you want to select Spool BOM. When you do that, the command line will ask you to select objects. There are many objects, but you want to select the actual fittings and actual piping. You can do this manually on the drawing because in this case the demo version label also comes out as a solder weld. When all piping has been selected, it will ask you for the position of the report. This BOM report is quite big and not what you want. We will edit this report. We select the report. You'll notice the top menu or the ribbon has changed to deal with text dimensions, multi-liters, and tables. Notice the table is ghosted and blue stretch dots are available. Selecting the table again changes the state of the table to table editing, and the menu will reflect that at the top. What we are going to do is eliminate the unnecessary columns and rows. We select two columns we do not want, and we can delete columns either from the menu above, the toolbar, or right-clicking on the menu key. You see the length of the pipe sections that we are using are all measured. What I will do is add the length of all of them together and convert it to one complete overall need for Type L hard copper, or 24 feet of Type L hard copper. Now I can delete all the rows of the table of the separate sections of pipe. Next, we'll add up all the 90-degree copper elbows, and we have 6 90-degree copper L's. So we enter 6 on one of them. Now we will select the unnecessary rows and delete them. Now that we've consolidated all the items in a proper list, we have prepared the items of this table. We will select the table again and then edit the size of the text using the property command. Some slight readjustment. Next, we will change the numerical tabs to alphabetic tabs, like we use in our trade. You will notice that length is a quantity, not really is the length column needed. We will put 24 feet in the quantity column and delete the length column completely in this table. This is a much better BOM. Now we will create tags in place. I have experimented with the automatic version here and have no success in placing tags as I want to, so I will place them manually. Create a circle and put a letter in it. Create other tag B, C, and D. There is one tag we place by the valve. We make more copies of tags to various elbow locations. Then we place a tag at a pipe location. Finally, we have one tag at the 45 and we place it at that location. We are able to use drafting tools to draw some reference points to, in this case, column 19 and elevations. This is an example of that. There are many things needed, such as a north arrow, and this should be created on a title block layout specifically created for the company you work for. We are going to plot this to PDF, and this is a representation of a finished product ready to be printed.